I've been friends with Don for quite a while. Working on various projects, I keep walking by this Packard. Just looking at it, imagining its potential. I want to chop this thing and make it a lead sled for my friend Tom. I talked to Don about this car. I wasn't sure if he was attached to it or not. He couldn't get rid of it fast enough. He had no use for it.
It's been sitting here for 10 years at least, and it was a parts car, so it's all yours. It's amazing how you've taken the worst of the projects and done the best with them.
It's easy to make a good car look good.
It's the beat-up ones are the challenge, aren't they?
I don't think this tire's gonna make it, man. We're gonna need the forklift.
Out of the blue, he calls me and says, hey, I've got something in mind for you. I was blown away. I've always wanted my own Ian Russell designed car.
We've tried a few times, but really it's the financial aspect.
Being a father, being a husband, I have not always had the money.
Me being able to help him out with this is really cool. He's helped me out a bunch, so hey man, right back at you. I'm stoked. It's on. We're moving the car out. I've been looking at this thing sitting still for years. Finally, we're moving it. I get it out in the parking lot, and it's like all wrong. I was so amped up to get this thing in the shop. It's like I had blinders on, you know? I was just looking at it for what I saw as potential. Once I got it in the shop, I realized there was just so much ugly, I didn't know how to handle it. I never really had the opportunity to stand back and look at it that much. It was always under that carport. Once we got it outside in the open, you could stand back and look at it. And I don't know, it really doesn't have a good line. I loved the way that the taillights in the rear section looked. But that's because it was in a carport and you couldn't stand back and look at it. In my opinion, the big sore spot in the whole car is the rear of the roof. The longer I looked at it, I really started second guessing myself. Like maybe this wasn't the car at all to start with. I've never dealt with a roof that has this ugly hump in the back. So I'm gonna take the whole skin right off of the top of the roof. I'm gonna come in right about here. And the roof attaches probably about that far above the drip rail. And I know I'm gonna shave the drip rails. So I'm gonna take this whole roof cap right off. Kind of like this. You can see it's got this little shape that's stamped in it. And that's where it all went wrong, in my opinion. This was good, and then something grew out of the back of the car. I'm gonna cut it right at that line, because it's not gonna have that anymore. You can see it's almost like the engineers in the factory were setting it up for a chop. I'm just gonna start by chopping the heck out of it. No plan. I think it looks better already. The standard procedure in cutting any car's roof off is to brace up the interior. You don't want the thing to shift. You want it to stay just as it is so the door is shut properly. I'm just not doing any of that. I've done enough metal work, I've cut apart enough cars to know what I can get away with. I think I can get away with it. Aha! Cutting off the top was the right call. Now I just got to figure out the roof line. My friend Tom is a graphic artist. He's done a lot of work for me in the past with t-shirts and other designs. I took a side shot of the car with the roof on and sent it to Tom and just see what he comes up with. Maybe he's seeing something I'm not.
He sends it to me and it's pretty rough. I see where the car has potential and I try to bring it to life on the computer. When I had gotten to my final rendering of the Packard, I sent it to Ian and I didn't know how he was going to react.
Tom's fast. I get an email back the same day of this rendering, and it's pretty cool. He took the windshield and he raked it forward. I've never seen that done before. Typically, if you chop a top, you may rake the windshield back, but this one was so slanted back, he moved it forward and he put a nice slope in the rear of the roof line. Very cool design. Just standing the windshield up like that, it looked like garbage. It was ill-fitting, but Tom's design looks good. I just have to make my metalwork follow his idea. These two templates came off of a 59 Volkswagen and a 51 Henry J. So you can see that their windshield angles are even more upright than where I'm at now with this Packard window. You can see how the side rails are really projecting upwards. So I'm just trying to make it look a little bit more like a Merc or something that's a little more popular. As I tilted the windshield forward, it was causing the center of it to dip below the cowl, the skin of the body. But the main problem I'm facing is these curves are designed to have the glass at the factory angle. As I'm raising it forward, the glass is falling down. So you can see the huge difference. This is about where the factory glass sat, way back. Something about fixed metal shapes. When you put them in a place they're not supposed to be, it's just unforgiving. It's kind of a hurdle to make this windshield look right. I tried a couple different options. I took a couple shims and I shimmed it up, moved the windshield around to get it sit more vertically. For now, I'm just gonna let this sit here, build out all of the structures around the side windows, that way it has strength, and then later I'll bring up this bottom lip. Setting up a chop like this without any direction is kind of dicey. So I'm just trying to feel my way through it, and that's by leading off with this windshield and figuring the rest out. Thinking maybe the original one will work, even though I don't want to use it. I think I'm just gonna put it on there and just check it out. Once I got it back on in place, it seems like it'll fit, but it's still got issues. You know, it was designed with this big bulge in the rear, and I'm trying to get away from that. Don came over to look at the car because I think he's kind of sitting there being a naysayer.
I don't see the envision that he does, you know? His creative mind is thinking, but my mind is not that creative. He got in deep with this project. I think it's a lot deeper than he thought he was going to get in with this project.
I'm really seeing the potential in this thing, but he's just not digging it. I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I think it's going to convince him. I'm going to change the look once more. Ready?
You ready? Go for it.
This is the main part of what I don't like about the car, is this weird bubble back. Help me bring this up onto the windshield and let's see how it's working there. That is freaking gangster,
nice
man.
Right there. He's changed the body lines on that top so much. It looks like a Merc. The way the top has cut it now and laid that window back, it's just looking way cool.
Thing really is just committing to a course of action. By splitting the roof and just refiguring it a little bit, all of a sudden the line appeared. You know, and that's really cool. Don was liking it, and I think we're on a good run.
So what do you think on this here? Just trim this back piece off here? Is this how this is gonna work? And then
I think so. See the way it was all up in the air, even taller, but when you just lap it over, it really just relaxes. I'm telling you, the designers intended this car to be chopped.
they really did, didn't they?
They were thinking ahead. I gotta thank them for that. It's making my work a lot easier.
That fits nice, because then basically what, just a panel from here to here?
Well, see, I'll lift this up, and that makes the job even easier. See? You don't have another back window, do you?
The Boneyard does have some treasures in it, that's for sure.
This fender's seen better days. If you got a replacement, I'll change it out.
I'm pretty sure I have a replacement fender.
Cool. Maybe I'll swing by your place and pick up the fender tomorrow or something.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool, man.
All right, back to work.
Yes, sir. The roof skin fits, but it's all about refining it. It wasn't designed to be in this orientation, so there's a bulge that needs to be fixed. The whole thing about it is just metal, you know, make a couple cuts, reposition it, and problem solved. It's pretty rad. I just cut it, put it in place, and, you know, a couple little pinches and clamps, and the thing fits great. I'm gonna take the whole rear portion of the roof and just tack weld it back in place. It's at a totally different angle, but it seems like it's flowing. It lines up pretty darn good. The main concern for me now is what's gonna happen in here. This last part of assembling the roof really is the line of the car. It's what I've been trying to improve on. And that's the issue. You got a flat spot. You got to work around that. And that's going to be a challenge. Typical car story. I go over to Don's to get the fender, a replacement for mine, and he's got his Packard. He's all amped up.
Really, it's been sitting there for 10 years or better that I really wanted to do something with it.
The whole time I've known Don, this car was just a big shape under a tarp in his shop. So I knew there was something special under there. And finally pulling it out, it was quite the reveal.
It is a 1950 two-door Packard fastback. And from what I understand, it's slightly a rare car.
So, now that we've got some of the dust off, what exactly were you hoping to accomplish?
I would like to get it to go stop and go again.
Most of Don's projects just involve getting them mechanically sound and running them. He's all about the mechanics.
The car, all in all, is pretty much a stock car. I like to keep it that way. I lean towards that area anyway.
First off, it has no hood or fenders. It's somewhere else. So I hope Don's got all the parts.
Well, Ian, this is where the last of the treasures are hiding for this project. They've been here for eons, and you can see they're
all bleached out.
They are bleached out.
Well, let's bring her on in. There's another one.
From cars to bee wrangling.
We got both fenders down in the shop, so it's like on to the next. Saving the paint's my priority. The fenders are a totally different color than we want. So my first assessment is I'm just gonna take some buffing compound and see what happens.
Ian got real resourceful. He brought in that 3M rubbing compound and squirted some on the fenders and just took a rag and started polishing it.
And I put it on there and it turned blue, like the rest of the car. I was surprised. It says it's Super Duty rubbing compound. You can see I'm rubbing. It's definitely doing some super duty. Pretty easy task, you know, I got Don all inspired, collected the parts, put them together, and I just get to rub out the paint job. That's an easy day on the job.
I've spent the time when I got the car to get all the parts required for it, too.
Packard just got a really unique kind of look. The grille is this strange little center chrome piece with these massive body panels surrounding it. So it's actually a pretty easy fit up because these fenders take up a huge amount of the car. There's like 4 main parts in the whole nose. Seeing the car all mocked up like this, it's just a cool, inspirational thing. I'm ready to put the engine in. Don had this engine from who knows where. Small block Chevy, most popular engine in the world, bottom line. I don't know the history about it, but he says it's a runner.
We got the motor stuck in it, and it fit.
With some cars, you know, say if you're putting a V8 in, say, a Ford Falcon or something, or a Vega, it's a real nightmare. This car's got tons of room, no real stress.
In a short amount of time, I'm really impressed how much work got done on this car.
This is really rudimentary custom work. Any kind of custom car, you go through this stuff. I've done it a million times. So Don's gonna finish up the rest of this engine installation. Tom's coming by, so I'm gonna get back on that Packard and get back to work. One of the defining factors on getting this project was that Don says it's mechanically sound, you know, it's a runner. I gotta get some electricity and some fuel to this and be sure that it's gonna go down the road. This car is ancient. It looks like an Egyptian tomb under the hood, man. Well, it gets spark. Something happened. That's a good sign. So I'm pretty surprised that this thing fired up like it did. It purrs. It's an old engine, but it runs great. We gotta pick up the dust somehow. So this roof is bondoed out for 3 full days. I got just a little over 2 gallons of Bondo on it. So I had to make the whole thing flow into one nice dome. And I think I did that. It looks pretty good. So the last part of the equation is these door frames. This is the trickiest part of the whole deal. And to sum it up is if people can't figure out where you cut it, then you succeed. Just building stuff that you haven't done before, it's just the adventure of it, you know? It's like I want to come out successful in everything I'm doing, but also the spice of it is getting that agitation of not knowing. I was so bummed out when I started this project. I can't put in words how disappointed I was at the selection I had made. But I think this thing's gonna be all right. All the body fillers set. Eastwood gave me this urethane high build primer, and I'm just gonna coat the whole car with it. 3 heavy coats, because it's a filler primer, and then I can come back and block sand it. This is the first time you really get to see what the car looks like. It's all blotchy, you know, Bondo spots, metal spots, different tones. So having it all in one color is gonna be really cool. Once I get this thing all one color, a good primer coat on it, you're really gonna see what the car looks like. And that's really what I've been looking forward to. This chop top is what makes the car. It's looking good. It's like a one-piece, one-color car now, but I gotta see it at ride height. One of the things from the start was how tall this car was, how high it was off the street. I'm looking to get a 4-inch drop out of it, easy. Everything is rusted, stuck, typical scene. Hate this part of the job. In case you're wondering how my nose got so rearranged, it's doing exactly this. No joke. The coil spring shot out of the car, hit me in the face. That's a big piece of metal that hits you in the face, huh? This is the old school lowering technique. Before there was all these fancy kits and airbags and yada, 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 you would cut the springs or you would heat them with a torch. Those were the options. So I'm doing it just like they would have done it back in the day. So I started off by cutting just about 2 coils off, a little bit more. It's hard to say exactly what the drop's gonna be until it's installed back in the car, because the spring rate changes, you really can't calculate it. So I'm just gonna cut both springs to match and set them in the car until it looks the way I think it should. That's what I'm talking about. It makes all the difference. It's a pretty serious family car, that's for sure. Makes me want to have a couple kids. Even though I'm on the home stretch with Tom's Packard, Don's got his Packard. He's all fired up, trying to get that finished too. So for me, right now, it's all Packards all the time. Get them done. It's like a duel to the finish.
We're getting ready to put the coolant in it and fire it up, so I'm getting pretty excited. I mean, it's getting closer and closer to be a running vehicle. Well, should we give her a try?
It's your baby, man. Looks like it's all there.
Okay, let's see what happens. It's not getting any spark.
Oh wait, it just fell out.
Ian had noticed that the hot lead going to the coil wasn't connected all the way.
Try it again, man. I'm not willing to.
You're not willing to throw them
accept that.
Italian, huh?
I just said 3 prayers.
3 prayers. Okay, let's go. Thank God that car wasn't up to operating temperature. There was a plug for the heater hose that was on the intake manifold. The clamp was not tight. Yeah. We know one thing, the water pump's working real good.
Wow.
Wow.
I'd say it runs.
It was a simple fix. Put the clamp on it, put more coolant in it, fire it up, change the t-shirt, wash the coolant off, getting the hubcaps on it. I mean, this thing is, it's there. I mean, it's ready to go. Looking at that other one really, really inspired me to get this one going.
And that's really the basis for the whole thing that I do, you know? So to see Don get charged up on the Packard that I'm doing, he's like, hey man, I got a Packard too. This thing says like stock car from the 50s. It's got that look. Maybe racing at Daytona Beach in the sand, something like that. It's a pretty good look. I'm excited to get back, finish the Packard I'm working on. There's a couple things left to attend to, and then that sucker's finished too. This thing's pretty much wrapped. I'm excited to see Tom's reaction when he sees it. There's a lot of work getting the car to a finished state. I really busted it out. I can't wait for Tom to see it. So I'm really excited for him to check it out. It's like his idea come to life. We're ready, man.
Oh,
Check it out.
oh man. You're kidding, right?
It's the real deal.
Wow. Ian, man, that is one gorgeous machine. Look at that. When I first walked in and saw the Packard, I was blown away. It's amazing looking. It's actually a lot cooler than I could imagine.
The thing about when Tom walked in, the last time he saw the car, it was a shambles. I mean, there was just loose ends everywhere.
This is a perfect color for it. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you gotta see it in the sun. It pops pretty cool. This was a very emotional experience. We took that car out of the carport and I was angry. I was just thinking we were going in a bad direction. I pulled through, you know? I was really thinking about quitting a lot of times. Tom's drawings helped me, and then finally seeing the metal change shape is kind of what led me to doing the finish work right.
There's one thing I've noticed about Ian. When it comes to customizing a car, is he's driven. He has something in mind, he sets a goal, and he goes for it. When we're thinking about where's the coffee, he's thinking about what do I have to do next to this car? What do I want to do next to this car? And he goes for it.
The whole deal with this is I was trying to help Tom out. He's done a ton of work for me. The least I could do is return the favor. So to really push my limits as far as the fabrication and finish work, it really is just something to say thanks to Tom. This project is a great example of what I've been doing with my career. Just trying to be creative and push something further is what I'm all about. Just trying to discover new ideas. Keep the people happy, give them what they want, on to the next. Let me show you what I'm thinking.
Whoa, what you got here?
This is the project. 48 Packard. You remember Don? Well, I finally got it from him. I got this thing from my friend Don. I've been eyeballing it for like 6 years. thing that was kind of the specialness of this is that the two-door, look at the slanted post already.
Yeah.
And then it's the fastback. This is like the Pontiac Fleetline style, but it's bigger. Look how freaking substantial that body is.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool shaping going on here, man.
Everybody wants a Merc, right? They're hard to
Yeah.
get. So the Packard that you and I did, you know, it came out so cool. You know, we did the chop, and then Victor and Craig got it, and it went all the way.
Right.
And, you know, I'm not a jealous type, but maybe a little envious. Their car is called the Merc Eater. This one is gonna be the Merc Eater, just to give it back to Victor a little. It's kind of like a Dr. Seuss book, right? It's not really gonna eat a Merc, it's gonna eat a Merc Eater, or if an eaterer could eat Mercs.
What are your plans for this?
I'm gonna cut it up. Now that I'm in my own spot, I wanna go full custom, like my own brainchild.
How much are you gonna cut?
All of it. So I wanna radically section and chop this thing. I want the car pancaked.
Pancake.
Yes, I wanna make Packard pancakes. Now, one of the perks of being out in the desert is Gene Winfield is my neighbor. He kicked down a few ideas. This is like the Zen master, the Shaolin funk monk coming to your place. Gene is an encyclopedia of car customizing, right? So I have all the concepts, and he's coming back. He's like, yeah, you're gonna do that, but you gotta watch out for this. If you're gonna do this, this is gonna change, etc. And whatever you do, don't mess up the back end. And I'm telling him, yeah, I wanna go radical as possible. And he's all about it.
Man, it's got a lot of potential. I mean, it's going to be a real wild piece when you're done.
So between Gene's ideas and our experience, you know, we've already done the Packard. This should be a walk in the park. I just want to go 10 times more radical than what we already accomplished. I want you to take my ideas, Gene's ideas, and your ideas and illustrate them. Tom's really good with mock-ups on the computer. You know, he'll take a snapshot and then just start rendering concepts to know what direction we're going. I'm excited. I finally get to build a custom cruiser for myself, and it's gotta be a crazy statement. Full custom Ian?
This is option 1. This is extremely chopped and extremely sectioned. It's super low, makes it look really long.
Love it.
Yeah. And then a little more conservative. It's still chopped and it's still sectioned. It's probably sectioned about 3 inches.
I say we go for as much section as possible. We're gonna just have to cut that car apart and see what it offers.
All right. Wait, do you want some help with that?
Yes. And as with everything, you're never gonna get that simple pencil on the paper result working with a car. So there's gonna be a few detours, there's gonna be a few hurdles, but we're going for it. Explaining to Tom one of the biggest issues with the section of this car is in the rear end. We are facing a major proportion predicament. So the bumper matches right there, but then when you section it up, your car is ending here, and the bumper's way the heck out here.
Okay.
This is a pretty big undertaking, so, you know, it's all theory until you get to cutting. I want you to know that this is my prized possession. My whole life, I've always wanted a section Packard, so whatever you do, don't screw it up.
All right, here goes nothing.
This project is pure calculated fun. I've been staring at this thing for years, you know, just, I've got it all thought out. Tom's concerned, but I see the path. For my next trick, I will remove this entire rear panel. Envision, if you will, a straight vertical drop, right? And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
way inboard. So you do have that shelf now.
Yeah, it ended up with an underbite.
You know? This body is a few cuts shy of coming down. If you see something going wrong,
Run?
run.
A little bit worried, but at the same time, very intrigued. I want to see what happens. I'm just gonna go slow.
Good, right there. Perfect. I don't think it's gonna work for the front. We're just gonna have to muscle it. Talking about you and the guns. Come on, get over here.
Well,
Got a plan. You know, I need all the help I can get, and those two dogs are not gonna listen to a word I say. So Tom, being the senior crew chief here, he gets to do the heavy lifting.
right, this is real grunt work.
You can do it. Just put your back into it.
What does it look like? Whoa, she is sectioned.
It's like a freaking bullet, man. I knew it was gonna happen. It's just like, whew. Step back and look at this section. I mean, as they say, right out of the gun, it's tight. It lined up really well. 4 inches is pretty radical for this style body. And it's there, you can see it.
Not that I'm saying that I don't like it. I just want to make sure that this is what you really want.
It's what I really want, Tom.
Okay, then let's move forward.
One key thing you see in every welding shop is just a lot of clamps, a lot of fixtures. When you're welding something, you want it to stay where you need it, and I don't have a fixture or a clamp. So we'll just weld it to the table.
You really welded it to the table.
Nice and secure. It's a relief to see that this door, you know, it's a box, it's an enclosure, so sliding it together, the door skin and the perimeter, they look perfect.
Dang, man.
Dynamite.
Like butter, baby.
Yeah. Now the exciting part. We get to see if the hinges line up. Swing them hinges open. Watch your fingers. Totally cool. The last step here is the proverbial shakedown run. Bolt the hinges on and see if they open the door. Open the door. Told you it was gonna work. Close the door. Aha! Success.
Everything is lining up and looking super smooth. It looks low and it looks cool. You could pretty much stop right there.
No, we're going further, man. I got another piece to cut on that door. We ain't done yet.
Uh-oh.
Being that this is a Packard, I don't know what it's gonna be. Like a mild chop, okay, 2 inches. A severe chop, 6 inches. And I don't wanna make the chop so radical that this disappears or becomes like a weird eyesore thing. So let's start by designing this window. We'll know how much vertical chop we have, and then we'll just let the door window follow. So let's start by making a cardboard mock-up, the oldest trick in the book. One thing Gene Winfield explained to me is this concept of mocking up the window openings before you even chop the car. So he came up with this pretty cool cardboard template design that shows you exactly how big the window opening is going to be before you chop it.
Man, when you see it in cardboard, it already looks like a low-profiled window.
Exactly what Gene was warning me. He said, you're thinking one thing, kid. The real world's gonna hammer you. No, he didn't say that. He said make a cardboard template first. This window template mock-up is a really good way to avoid chopping it too much. See, now you put your window and you're on the grid.
Now, I've seen you use envisioning tools before, man, but this one's like way more technical.
I'm getting good, you know. That's your window. That's a 5-inch chop. I think the windows are only gonna get chopped around 3 inches. So this is a 3-inch chop. And that's a little more proportional. Let's put it on the car and see. So you kind of take a look back. You do like a little Elvis. And the more you do that with the tape measure, the better it starts to look. Tom's gonna be here and really stick it through the way that I do it. He might as well learn it the wrong way. I mean, the way that I do it. It's too low. No,
Just
it's
a
not.
scooch too
Yes,
low.
it is. It's not too low.
No?
It's too low. I'm always the guy that just looks at something, does it, and recovers from it. Gene's voice is ringing in my ear. You know, he's like, remember, young Jedi, the rear of a fastback chop is the most critical point in any modification. We'll make it a 4-inch chop in the door frame, and then we'll decide if we need more, we'll go for 5.
Well, let's cut it up. Let's see what happens.
sheet metal stampings from the factory are these beautiful curvy shapes. You try not to cut through any of that. You cut through the long blank sections of material. Ta-da! It's not radical enough. Hanging out with Gene has only gotten me more jazzed about taking this Packard all the way. So this is where we're headed, man. We're gonna chop this thing. I put some bracing inside. Being that it's a fastback, it's a little trickier than anything with like a belt line trim and a deck lid. You're chopping the whole back of the car now because the roof goes right down to the bumper, basically that line.
Yeah.
So it's a big hunk of metal we're cutting off.
Man, I hope you got a whole bag of tricks for this.
The whole mission here is radical custom, right? I don't want to do anything halfway this time. The section is as much as we could get. You see that the tires are on the fenders.
Right.
So I want to chop the same way, as much as you can. Everybody's telling me fastbacks are such a challenge, you know? You're gonna run into some problems with that deck lid. Oh, can't wait to see how you figure out the sail panel. That's what I'm about. Just, yes, let's figure it out. See how from the back standing viewpoint, this appears to be higher than the windshield?
Yeah.
So if we chop this 6 inches, it may look too small. I just don't want to end up with a little mail slot windshield that you can't see out of. So
Right.
I'm gonna make a little call for safety with that. We're gonna take out the top of the windshield, chop the top, and then put it back in. Saving all the pieces we cut out comes in handy, and it makes a perfect template. All right, now let's close the door and we'll weld that one shut. I want you to cut vertical, and I want you to cut horizontal. So you're coming up. When you see that, turn that way. When you see that, turn that way. Don't go in that area.
Yeah.
And Tom,
Yeah.
don't screw that up, okay?
Here goes everything.
Just trying not to show Tom my nervous side. So I'm just playing comedian, you know? Just keeping everything lighthearted and like, yeah, man, we got this. We're in deep. Last thing is the B pillar, then she's free. That's a convertible, baby.
Yeah, man. This is wild and crazy what we've done.
This ain't mild custom garage, man. We're going all the way. General public is not used to seeing cars cut in half once, then twice, but here we are. Enjoy.
So this is the moment where I get a little bit scared.
You have nothing to fear but fear itself. Put on your poker face. We're gonna make this happen. This is like trauma unit. Don't stand around looking at the patient with his head half hanging off. Get to work. Quick action, quick results.
Along that line?
Right on it.
All right.
This is exposure therapy for Tom. You know, if I just keep him cutting the car, he won't be that repulsed by chops. Few cuts to freedom, and we can see this chop. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to put this thing on. So just watch the A-pillar and line that up. Look at that thing.
This is one cool car, man, already.
That is really something, dude.
Wow.
Standing back and looking at it, oh yeah. I mean, that's the flavor, for sure. 4-inch chop, 4-inch section, can only get better.
You happy?
Nope, we're gonna cut it again.
Wait, what? Again?
It's a typical scenario, right? You stand back and look at it and like, man, that's good. It could even be gooder. Oh, it's still not down to that door frame, man. We gotta cut more out. Let's do it. This is exactly what it needed, you know? It was right there, and I just took it a little bit more. And that's what I want, it's perfect. So the idea now is we can tailor this windshield any height we want. Look at that, it rolls right into the side window.
Oh, wow.
Totally cool. That call of making it like an inch less chopped than the rest of the car, you know, credit to Mr. Winfield. He's done this before.
Yeah.
Perfect idea. The fit up of this windshield requires a little bit of expert finesse. It's pretty technical.
All right, this is the famous moment where the fabricator lights his pants on fire for the cause.
Whoa! Feeling like welding? Don't light my hair on fire.
Well, if this is the spot where it's supposed to be, you got a big old gap and drop going on here.
What I was thinking is, you got all these loose ends, right? If you could somehow just take that deck lid, like put it on the ground and just smush it, it might fill that whole gap.
Yeah, but then your trunk lid flat.
Check this out. Just like you hear, they're gonna reskin the door, reskin the quarter panel. We're gonna reverse the process. We're gonna separate these two panels. So if we can take this razor and get all the way through, the outside will remove. So I want you to do that all the way around, and I'll see you tomorrow. Desert heat. Everybody thinks about it in photos, but once you're here actually working, a little refreshment is required. While you are achieving greatness, I'm gonna fix myself a little tonic. Whoa, mazel tov. So a lot of people open it the traditional way, but sometimes you gotta think outside the can, man. Just like that deck lid, you have your skin, you have a pinch weld, and you have your lid. Now, while you're busy with your work, I'm going to step over to the employee lounge and fix myself a little something to steady the nerves. This might push down a bit. Sort of like what we did with the roof, look at it.
Yeah.
These angles might not work on the car, but let's chuck it on there and see what we're dealing with. Look at that. That's gonna work, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Totally gonna work. This smush technique is highly unorthodox, and you can see it works perfect. There's one more thing I want to lay on the table. We're not even making a deck lid.
Wait, what?
With this deck lid back in place, leaves a lot to the imagination. Something about the seamlessness of it. I love the idea of not having this open. It's gonna be so much smoother.
So it's just gonna go straight back.
Straight back.
Wow.
Full custom, right?
Yeah.
Concept style. We're never going to the grocery store. Last step is to clean up the deck lid, prepare the body to weld them together. We got a slight issue.
What's up?
There's a big old dent in that deck lid. Check this out.
Oh, no.
It appears that someone has attempted their own smushing with greatly different results. Now there's a big dent. That's just gonna anneal. It's gonna get all the molecules nice and happy. Happy little molecules. What dent? You see any dent? My calculations are correct. We're gonna slap that on, trim both sides, tack it down.
Let's do it.
Contour, this is gonna be perfect. Now I need to figure out if I'm gonna put the replacement skin above or below the deck lid. The whole thing that has to happen here is step back and take a look at it. All right, man, as usual, I made a couple subtle changes.
Okay.
The idea of the deck lid skin stuck, but I shifted it down.
I think it looks a lot better this way than the route we were gonna go.
I decided to seal up the back because I just want it to be slick. Takes a lot of thinking, a lot of considering, especially when you're chopping up this compound curve. It looked best pulled down right to that roll pan area. So it's the back end of this that's really gonna bring it together, I kept saying we're gonna have to make a lot more of the car, and you can see what it's coming down to. In my opinion, it is always easier to use what was the car and put it back in shape. First things first, why don't you take that piece of the Packard, and you see the little seam left and right?
Yeah.
Just cut off those two taillight sections. Just get the outer skin. Let's lay them up there and see what works with that.
Man, I'm really liking the way this thing is turning out.
Good answer.
Hey, you want to trade for a 47 coupe?
I'd have to do the same thing all over again, man. Like I said, this is my vision. Look how freaking slopey and low it is.
Yeah.
From what I'm looking at here, my vision of the whole thing, a custom roll pan will really seal the deal on the tail end of this car. Like any custom, you want it to flow, right? So just like before, with the flow of the roof, look, there's a dead end right there at this
Right.
balance. So I want to build a roll pan.
I think that's gonna look really cool.
All right, first thing, we're gonna cut this off. The deal with this roll pan is that we're creating it from scratch, significantly different than the rest of the car in the section and the repositioning of Packard parts. This perfectly illustrates all the other panels I made while Tom wasn't here. This thing's pretty cool. I got it from Eastwood a while back. The shrinker has like these little teeth that pull the metal, so it works like a stamp and then a crush. So the shrinker does physically shrink the edge of the steel, and it puts a lot of stress in the panel. That way it makes the English wheel a lot more proficient in the curving of the steel. All right, let's see how this thing looks. Oh yeah, very satisfying. This is really just winging it, exemplified. No template, no nothing. Stick it on the car, create a series of parts, then just trim it out and weld it all complete. The process here is about trimming and welding as you go. All right, man, that is a roll pan. Look at that, it's rolling under the car.
That certainly is, man.
It's just what I was talking about from the start. The back just goes boop right there, and then there's gonna be a little bumper hanging under it.
Yeah, man, it's really cool to see this thing come together.
Yeah, see now with the hole filled in, it just slopes right back. This is looking real close. You know, the lines are established. There's a couple other things I want to do, and then I really want to push the car outside and take a look at it. Check this out, man. I got busy on this thing.
Oh, man. Yeah, you certainly have.
After we were done the other day, the weld seams, they were really bugging me. So, you know, I'm just here putting on a little filler and things escalated. One thing led to another and I got into this guide coat. By the time I came back to sanity, I realized the car was blue. I guess you could say I might have got a little carried away.
You know what though, man? I'm telling you that this color on here really shows off the work.
From the start with this project was I just wanted to nail the two big elements of custom metalwork. Shop top and radical section. There we go. This was like a no-holds-barred experiment. 4-inch section, 6-inch chop. You could see it worked. It's been cool collaborating with Tom on this because I thought I was just gonna be solo way out in the wilderness. The most satisfying part was working through those critical issues. A, the windshield height, B, the rear window size, and C, the flow of the roof right down into the bumper area.
But if anybody deserves a full custom cruiser, it's Ian Russell.
That's good to hear, because I'm gonna send it over to your shop for finishing. I did two more other things I was gonna show you also. I picked up these old surfboards. Oh wait, they're not surfboards. These are fender skirts. These are real old skirts that somebody had used, and you know, I just kind of modified it to fit the look of the Packard. So, you know, this is just another representation of the lines. It's not finish painted. Again, just a quick dust over it. You know, it's all just mocked up, but the concept is established. Let's roll it outside, see how it looks.
Oh yeah, it needs some fresh air.
You know, the garage is one thing, but there's nothing like seeing a car in its natural environment. I'm not talking about the boulevard. Talk about the desert. Standing back, that's always the thing. Oh, what's the front 3/4 view look like? What's the rear 3/4, et cetera, et cetera. If you're just kind of squint your eyes and look at the silhouette of the car, the height off the ground, how the tires fit in the front fenders, it's all what I needed. Now my brain's spinning. I was thinking it was gonna be a Packard front grille, but with that section, it needs something way more substantial. I'm thinking some kind of really aggressive grille, bumper, you know, just a few minor enhancements.